Bro, Twitter's undefeated. Look at this comment. I just saw Lane Kiffin walk out of Tumors with a large lemonade, and he looked right in my eye and said, Auburn family, let's ride. Wow, man, oh man, we got a new update in the Auburn head coaching sweepstakes. Who's going to be the lucky man to face Nick Saban every single year and face a ton of criticism from the Auburn fans? It's looking like your boy, the good old Lane Train Kiffin, he may be the man for the job. At least that's the word on the street. We're going to talk all about that in today's video, the newest of new updates. But hold on, real quick. I got to say this because I'm pissed off. So I'm sure a lot of you heard what happened between the Michigan State and Michigan football players after the game on Saturday. Unfortunately, I can't say too much about it because for some reason YouTube doesn't want anybody talking about it or making videos. I don't know what's going on, but anyways, to make a long story short, that was a highly requested video on the channel. Everybody was wanting me to talk about it and make a video on it, so I did. I had that video ready to go and be uploaded Monday morning, but as you guys may have noticed, I haven't uploaded it. So I know what you're sitting there saying, yo, Matt, what happened? To make it really long story short, YouTube has deemed what happened between those players as violent type of content. Not only do they not want people showing the video clip, but they don't even want people talking about it. I don't know. I don't make the rules. All I know is that I've tried multiple times to upload that video and they will not let me. I apologize for that because everybody was wanting to see the video, and heck, if anyone should be mad about it, it's me because I spent a lot of time making the video. But hey, it is what it is. It's not the end of the world, but I did want to give you guys an update because I still got people messaging me on YouTube, Twitter, and Instagram wanting to see my reaction. I'm sorry for that. I guess that'll be the intro for this video. We got a lot to talk about. We're not doing no corny intro, none of that. We're getting straight into it. All right, Matt, blah. Shut the crap up. Now, without further ado, let's get into it. That was weak. Let's get into it. That's better. Alrighty. First thing is first, in the new college football playoff rankings, the rankings that really matter, Ole Miss is coming in at number 11. Not too bad. If you want my full thoughts and analysis on the CFP playoff rankings, I talked about it in the video we made earlier today. Go check that out if you want to. Anyways, we're not here to talk about the top 10. We're here to talk about Ole Miss, Auburn, and Lane Kiffin. Well, sorry I'm laughing, but I guess I should bring this up first. We all know how this goes. Whenever a head coach, assistant, or anybody in general gets fired, this is when all the stories come out. Everybody, for some reason in this world, they love to kick a man when he's down, and that's exactly what they're doing with Brian Harsin. A new story came out where one of Brian Harsin's assistants, Derek Mason, formerly coached at Vanderbilt, told him, I've been a head coach in this league longer than you have. In which Harsin responded, oh, you mean at Vanderbilt? I don't really have too much to say about it. That just sums up how this Auburn football program has been. It's been a crap show. They're too busy taking jabs at one another, when in reality, they should focus on getting better. But whoa. Hold on. It doesn't just stop there. On Tuesday, Brian Harsin released his statement regarding his departure from Auburn. And in this statement, this is the quote that has everybody going crazy. He said, quote unquote, with complete alignment, the possibilities are endless. Once again, I'm going to repeat that. With complete alignment, the possibilities referring to at Auburn are endless. If you don't know what he's trying to say about that, pretty much ever since he's got to Auburn, there's been this, I don't even want to say conspiracy theory, just this common knowledge that everybody ahead of him, the boosters, AD, whatever, they weren't letting him run the team how he wanted to run the team. For example, if Nick Saban wants to do something with the Alabama football team, he has the green light, 100% he can do it. But for Brian Harsin, he didn't feel the same way. So a lot of people felt like he was trying to throw a jab at Auburn, which I agree with, but at the same time, I don't blame Harsin. That's why I've said it all throughout this year, Auburn is a crap show because it's not just the head coach, it's everybody involved. It just so happens when you're the head coach getting paid $15 million, you got to take the blame, rightfully so. But anyways, with all that being said, that's old news. Brian Harsin, he's gone. It's time to look for a new head coach. And it is pretty much common knowledge at this point that number one on Auburn's list, and everybody's got him at number one, not even debatable, is Lane Kiffin. I mean, come on, man. Do I even need to explain why he's number one? That'd be a great hire. Well, actually, hold on, my bad. The betting odds have Hugh Freeze as a 2-1 favorite. I would be shocked to see Hugh Freeze be the head coach at Auburn. I just simply don't think that's going to happen. I don't know, though. Maybe it could happen. The reason I don't see it just quite yet is because he literally just signed a new contract with Liberty that extends all the way to 2030, and he's getting paid $5 million per year. $5 million per year at Liberty, that's a great job. There's not going to be pressure to win. He can chill, relax. Whereas Auburn, they can only offer him about what? $7-8 million per year at max? And also, I think we can all agree on this, it's much easier to win at Liberty than at Auburn. You're not only in the toughest conference in the world, you're in the toughest division. Although Hugh Freeze did beat Nick Saban back-to-back in 2013 and 2014, I don't see him having that same success. Auburn is a complete rebuild. You got to knock the house down and start over. Maybe he wants to do that, but at this point in his career, I don't think he does. I think he's content with where he's at. Going down the list here at number 2, we're going to talk about that in just a second. We got Kiffin. Under that, we got my favorite, Deion Sanders. And then you got a bunch of nobodies: Jeff Grimes, Mike Leach, Kevin Steele, Mark Stoops, Matt Rule. That's a popular one too. Mike Gundy. That one just does not make sense to me. Matt Campbell. Sorry. At 25-1 odds, we got Urban Meyer. What do y'all think about that? If Urban Meyer somehow, someway becomes a head coach at Auburn, oh, I don't even know what would happen. That'd be one of the most controversial hires of all time, but also it'd be a good thing for the SEC because everybody would be tuning in for the games. With all those guys being said, I showed you this a couple of days ago. It's being stated, quote unquote, the number 1 candidate will be Lane Kiffin at Ole Miss, and that's what I agree with. But now I've also seen some people saying that Chad Morris to Auburn makes perfect sense. Yeah, I'm not too big of a fan of the Chad Morris hire for one reason and one reason only. I don't think he can recruit. A lot of people don't know this, but he does have some ties to Texas, but I still don't think he's going to be able to out-recruit Kirby Smart, now Josh Heupel, and of course Nick Saban. What I feel like Auburn needs is a player coach like a Deion Sanders or a Lane Kiffin. That's what you need. Because this team right now, I don't care who the head coach is. Nick Saban could go to Auburn, and he still can't win with these bozos they got on the team. The problem at this given point in time is, 1, you don't have leadership, but 2, and maybe this should be number 1, is you don't have the guys to compete. Bro, Twitter's undefeated. Look at this comment. I just saw Lane Kiffin walk out of Tumors with a large lemonade, and he looked right in my eye and said, "Auburn family, let's ride." You can't make this stuff up. And the funniest part about that tweet is I could see Lane Kiffin saying something corny like that. Let's get down to business, though. Earlier today, coincidentally enough, or ironically enough, however you want to say it, Lane Kiffin was asked about the Auburn job, and here's what he had to say. "We don't really comment on those things. They happen every year and are a product of players and assistant coaches doing well. I'm very comfortable here in Oxford." He also tweeted it out about 6 or 7 hours ago. Lane Kiffin, talking in third person, I'm telling you, Lane Kiffin's got to be the corniest of cornballs alive, is having so much fun winning at Ole Miss. I got some bad news for Auburn fans. You know what this tells me? Lane Kiffin ain't going to Auburn, and he's not interested. Although Kiffin would be number 1 on my list as well, sadly, he's not interested in that Auburn job. You know where he really wants to go? He's wanting that Bama job whenever Saban retires. That's Kiffin's ultimate goal. You got to think about it. Come on now, it's common knowledge. Why would he leave Ole Miss, a program he's built up, a program that is succeeding in the SEC West, to go to another team in the SEC West that sucks? There's no difference. The competition isn't going to get any easier. You got to play Nick Saban every single year. So the only difference right now from being at Auburn and Ole Miss is, 1, maybe a little bit more money, and number 2, the guys to compete. I'm going to emphasize that when I talk about Auburn. Until they fix things, they don't have the guys to compete. And here's the biggest part. I can't even believe I almost forgot to mention this. At Ole Miss, there is no pressure to win. Come on, man. You got to think about this, guys. At Ole Miss, Lane Kiffin could lose to Nick Saban the next 10 years, and they wouldn't even think about firing him. But, and I have a big but, trust me on that one, if he's at Auburn and loses to Alabama 5-6 years in a row and goes 8-4, 7-5, oh yeah, they're going to fire him. The standards at Auburn and Ole Miss, they're different. There's no pressure at Ole Miss for Kiffin. He can do whatever he wants when he wants. At Auburn, it won't be the same story. Also at Auburn, there's going to be pressure on him every single week to win, and nobody wants that. Kiffin ain't going to Auburn, but I can tell you this much. If Auburn is serious about winning, and I mean really serious about winning, they will write Deion Sanders a blank check. It doesn't matter. They're going to give him an offer he cannot refuse. That's only if Auburn is serious about winning, because outside of Lane Kiffin, there's only one head coach who can turn this program around. Deion is a leader of men. He's doing an incredible job at Jackson State. I don't care that he hasn't had SEC or Power 5 experience. Who cares at this point? You can't do worse than what Harsin did. If you want to turn this program around, what do you got to do? What have I said all throughout this video? You got to recruit and get guys in there that can compete with Alabama. And well, what do you know? Check out what a recruit had to say if Deion Sanders got the Auburn job. Quote unquote, if Auburn got Deion, I'd flip. I'm telling you right now, you would see craziness unfold with Auburn if Deion got that job. He would get so many 4- and 5-star recruits, it's not funny. Deion got a 5-star recruit, the #1 player in high school football, to go to Jackson State. No disrespect to Jackson State, but that player wouldn't have considered it if Deion wasn't the coach. Think about what he can do at Auburn. It's something to think about. I'm very curious. Let me know your thoughts down below. But